Today, we're going to dig into a really powerful idea from Brianna Wiest, The Mountain is You. It's a concept that might just change the entire way you look at your biggest struggles. What if the very thing holding you back wasn't outside of you at all? So let me start by asking you a question that might sound a little strange. What if that part of you, the one that makes you procrastinate or quit or shy away from big opportunities, what if it isn't your enemy? What if it's actually a guardian? Just a very misguided one. And this right here, this is the heart of the whole idea. The obstacle standing between you and the life you want, it's you. You are that mountain. But, and this is the most important part, you are also the climber. You have everything you need to make the ascent. Okay, so let's get into our first big idea, looking at self-sabotage in a completely new light. We're going to stop seeing it as a weakness and start seeing it as something else entirely. This idea just completely flips the script on blame, doesn't it? It's not a character flaw. Think about it. That promotion you didn't go for, that healthy habit that never sticks, your brain isn't trying to cause you harm. It's trying to keep you safe in what's familiar, even if familiar means you never really get to thrive.
Here's probably the best way to think about it. Your self-sabotage is like a security system for your house, but the software is from 20 years ago. It was programmed, probably a long time ago, to protect you from very real threats. The thing is, those threats are gone now, but the alarm is still blaring, keeping you from living a life that is actually perfectly safe.
And that is the big mental switch we have to make. We've got to move from seeing these behaviors as a personal failing, as self-destruction, and start understanding them as a deep-seated survival instinct that's just, well, misfiring. Making that shift from judging yourself to getting curious about yourself, that's the very first step to freedom. Now, here's a tough pill to swallow. Our nervous systems can literally get wired for chaos. If you grew up with a lot of stress or uncertainty, then peace and success can feel wrong, unfamiliar, and to your subconscious, unfamiliar equals dangerous. So often, we stay stuck not because we enjoy the pain, but because changing feels more threatening than staying put. All right, so now we get the what. We understand what self-sabotage is at its root, but what about the how? How do we actually start to read these signals our own mind is sending us? How do we crack this old code? This, right here, might be the single most powerful question you can ever ask yourself. The next time you catch yourself in that old, familiar pattern of sabotage, just pause. Don't beat yourself up. Get curious and ask, with real compassion, what is my brain trying to protect me from right now? You see, this whole process isn't a battle. It's an investigation. First, you have to become a detective of your own life, just observing without judgment. Then, you start to spot the recurring patterns. From there, you dig deeper to find their hidden purpose. And finally, you learn to treat your emotions not like your boss, but like a consultant giving you vital pieces of data. This is a total game changer. Your anxiety isn't the enemy. It's just an alarm bell trying to get you to pay attention to something. That gut feeling, your intuition, it isn't random. It's a highly sophisticated guidance system telling you when something feels right or wrong for you. The goal isn't to hit the mute button on these feelings. It's to finally learn their language. And why is this so important? Because your subconscious beliefs are like a filter over your eyes. If you truly believe, deep down, that you're not worthy of success, your brain will literally scan your reality for any piece of evidence that proves you right, and it will ignore anything that proves you wrong. The world you see is a direct reflection of your inner world. Okay, we've got our map, we understand the terrain. Now, it's time to start the actual climb. Knowing all this is one thing, but how do we actively start to resolve these deep internal conflicts so we can finally move forward? This is so crucial because it explains why just thinking positive or using sheer willpower so often falls flat. These patterns, these protective instincts, they were usually formed when we were very young, before our logical, rational minds were even online. They're stored in the body. So to change them, we have to go deeper than just our thoughts. So let's break down what this internal war looks like. Consciously, you say, I want to be financially successful. But if your subconscious learned as a kid that money causes terrible fights, it will sabotage your career to protect you from that conflict. Or you say, I want a loving partner. But if your subconscious believes that getting close to someone leads to pain, it will push people away to protect you. Sabotage is what happens when these two parts of you are not aligned. So as you start to do this work, I promise you, you are going to feel resistance, discomfort,
fear even. The most important thing is to completely reframe what that feeling means. It is not a stop sign telling you to turn back. It's a compass needle telling you you're headed in exactly the right direction. It's the feeling of growth itself. And all of this leads us to the very top of the mountain, to the ultimate takeaway from this whole journey. It's a fundamental shift in how we look at the struggle itself.
I really want you to let this one land. Just take a breath and hear this. All these patterns, these struggles, these things you see as flaws, they do not mean you are broken. You are a whole person, navigating a complex life with the programming you were given. This isn't about fixing something that's defective. It's about updating your operating system with compassion.
Your biggest obstacle, that thing you wish would just go away, it's not a punishment. It's your personal curriculum. It is the exact, tailor-made challenge you need to face in order to become the person you're truly capable of being. The universe isn't trying to tear you down, it's trying to break you open. And so, this is where we land. The goal isn't to one day reach a magical summit where there are no more challenges. The purpose of life isn't to get rid of the mountain. It's to become the kind of person who knows how to climb. The journey of understanding yourself, of facing your fears, and of choosing, day after day, to keep climbing, that is the whole point.